spend a week together in Cabo.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best vacations I've been on in years. It was really fantastic and very relaxing. You're more tan than I am, though.
Yes, I did. I got all tan, and it was fun. And
I'm not as tan.
Yeah.
I was wearing 65. What SPF were you wearing again?
8. And the last day I was wearing 4.
There's the hint right
that
there.
would be why. Yeah, but it was way fun for sure. We really enjoyed it.
Yes, I've never been to Cabo San Lucas. Have you?
Not to Cabo. I had been to Cancun and Puerto Vallarta and Costa Rica and Cozumel and all these other places in Mexico. I just haven't been there. So.
Me too. I've actually seen more European beaches than Mexican beaches. But after that flight was so short and so easy, I'm going to find more Mexican beaches to like.
Exactly. And the reason why we were on the beach is because our really good friends, Angel and Eric with Experience Pros Radio Show, had an awesome promotion, Send Eric on Vacation.
Eric's first vacation in 12 years, and that Experience Travel campaign was a 13-week campaign with over 20 voting locations in the city of where to send Eric Raymer on vacation, his first vacation in 12 years. The whole package was put together by Highlands Ranch Travel, and it was just amazing.
It was totally amazing, and I voted. I'm, part of the Experience Pros directory, and so I was at several of those voting events, and I was like, hello, like they had all these different choices that you could send Eric, and I was like, hello, if Cabo wins, I'm totally going, and poof, of course, Cabo won.
Thanks to you and your expert voting.
Yes.
And several other of our listeners on Experience Pros Radio Show as well.
Absolutely, it was way fun. So 14 of us got to go and hang out in Cabo San Lucas at the Dreams Resort for, I stayed an extra day. 5-6 days we were there. It was awesome.
Yeah. 5-star all-inclusive resort on Cabo San Lucas, and it was just fantastic. And I, for one, I'm glad I didn't leave the resort much. I left twice, but I will tell you, I could have just laid in that water lounger for another week.
Totally. That's what we did. They had, the first day we went to the adult pool. I'm like, just so you know, everybody, this is where I will be for the next 6 days. And that's where it was.
Cool.
Exactly.
Tranquility pool with water loungers laying in a foot of water.
It was fabulous.
And I'll never forget our most excellent server, Miguel.
Miguel, he was so awesome. I loved it when he said, "Oh, Faith, you want a cheeseburger? No problem. It will take 40 minutes. We drive into town to Cabo, and I will get you a Burger King, and we'll get back to you." I'm like, no, that's customer service.
He learned all of our names. He learned our drink orders. He learned what food we like. He'd come around and say, "Are you ready to eat? I'll bring you food."
Yeah, I loved it, especially when he just.
Day 1 we looked at the menu and then no more.
Right, I loved it. I think it was day 4 when he just brought us tequila shots. Wouldn't even ask. He brought us. It was awesome. I'm like, I love this guy. So it was perfectly divine. And I believe that life is meant to be experienced and enjoyed. And so I'm sure Eric they're going to do another one next year.
Absolutely. We're already talking about it. Eric called into his radio show to fan brag, following my fan brag about the Dreams Resort this morning. And for your listeners, I am the publicist for Eric and Angel and Extreme Customer Service Directory and its Experience Pros Radio Show. So when Eric called in and said, I second what Kimberly said, it was awesome because we're just all on such a high. And he said to the listeners, I'm telling you now, start planning. About this time next year, we're going again. And who knows where we're going? We may go back to the Dreams Resort. And I thought, that is fine with me.
That's awesome. And yeah, and it's speaking of PR, that's just such a wonderful piece that you guys did to promote the show, to promote Angel and Eric's Experience Pros Radio Show.
And it was very fun to broadcast the show from Cabo on Monday and Tuesday.
It was so fun. I got to be live
as
a guest. Yep, Monday and Tuesday. And so you know what, life is meant to be experienced. And what I was saying is like, don't wait to go on vacation. You know, it's like you always have money at the end of the day. We're always taken care of. But take that time, money, and energy to go on vacation.
Right.
Because if you make all this money and you don't enjoy it, why are you making all this money?
Right. And people say, I don't have time. Really? The world did not end in the 5 days that I was in Mexico. It didn't. It was fantastic. And thanks to my staff, Sarah Gilchrist, you rock. She is my community manager who kept everything in my business running swimmingly.
Absolutely. My personal assistant, Priscilla, did the exact same thing with my business. Matter of fact, I had 2 closings. 2 people got to buy their homes when I laid on the beach in Cabo. So life is good. You know, you just plan for it. You know, plan for that. You know, hire someone to take care of your business when you're out of town.
I have the best team. I have 3 women that I am so grateful and thankful to work with. So I'm very excited.
That's awesome. So tell me one of your favorite things about why you do PR.
I love making people visible. I love taking an idea, an event, a company, a brand, or a person, and helping them shine even brighter than they do. Everybody has their own vision, and it's my job to hear that and take it to the next level.
And you do an amazing job at that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're awesome at taking photos, too.
Thanks. I have learned how to shoot really great PR photos, things that are going to catch the eye. I work with a lot of social media channels and promoting their clients. And, you know, there's more to shooting a face. It's about telling the story, using a background, and using some context so that when the copy follows, people get it. So,
Totally.
For instance, this really fantastic banner behind you.
Exactly.
We know we're on VelocityRadio.fm, and I've seen it on your social pages. I've seen it on Google Hangout. So that's a really good branding of the station and you as the host of the show.
Thank you. Absolutely. And the photos, I mean, people are so visual, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're going to, like, our show, for example, we do a Google Hangout, too. So that way people have the video of our show when it's over. Okay. You know, and so, and people can watch the video live on Velocity Radio as well. So they can watch the live video stream. But it's something about video, how much people are playing it, sharing it. I mean, when you Google, first of all, just so you guys all know, Google owns YouTube, if you didn't know that. So when you Google something, the reason why the videos are the first things that show up is because Google owns YouTube. So that's why 50% of searches are actually done from videos.
And Google's first name in search. So anytime you are working inside of Google, it behooves you to have some YouTube videos on your website, embedded into your social media, because it's all working together to lift that SEO so that Google finds you in more places and in different ways. So if you have links that you're using in social or links that you're using inside of your other campaigns, you want to make sure that those are all different so you get more bang for your buck when it comes to Google.
Totally. And to add those photos, like you said, is like at an event or when you're blogging, it's amazing if you adding a photo, how much more exposure or how much more likely people are to read that, you know, that blog post or that post on Facebook.
Absolutely. Humans are visual, and I call all of those things Google food. The photos, the videos, and also the deep links within your website. So don't send people just to your landing page. Send them into your website, and that's going to create more Google food, and therefore you'll have more links that show up in your organic searches.
It's awesome. It's brilliant. Yeah, you do a very good job of it.
Thank you. It's all part of the marketing plan, and it's all a layered approach. And if you're strategic in layering your marketing, you're going to win. If you're always using the same photo, always using the same link, Google kind of has the beep. That been there, done that. I've seen that. What's new? So I always coach my clients that we need more content, richer content, deeper content, so that there's more Google food to feed.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. And hashtagging, awesome. Oh, huge, right?
For the Experience Travel campaign, we created Experience Travel as a hashtag Experience Travel. So in all of our events leading up to the vacation in Cabo, where we were having live remotes and broadcasting to promote Experience Travel. That hashtag wasn't everything. So if you Google the hashtag or even in Facebook search on the hashtag, you'll find the campaign. You'll see everywhere we were, everything we did to promote and drive people to be a part of what we were doing. And we had hundreds of people show up at live remotes and events leading up to our departure. And, of course, the vacation, the 15 of us that were on the trip, it was really a fun thing. And there were a lot of pictures. Everybody was posting to their own pages. And now, of course, we're aggregating and creating some albums. And we've got an album on the Experience Pros page. You want to see what we did on vacation?
Exactly, that's brilliant. Because people want to see it and experience it, right?
Right.
I mean, that, you know, when you post your photos from Cabo San Lucas, people are like, ooh, how cool, that looks so much fun, and it just gets people interacting,
Yes.
And, you know, that's what you want, you know.
Absolutely.
And Facebook is such a beautiful way of doing that. Like, you know, I was saying on Angel and Eric's show the other day, the reason why I fell in love with Facebook when I joined 7 years ago is because I get to publicly give recognition to my peers for free in front of their friends and family.
Right. It's a great gratitude boost, and you know, I have a reputation on my personal Facebook page for sharing a lot of feel-good graphics and a lot of feel-good content. So yesterday I wrote something about kindness. A couple days ago I was writing a poem as I finished reading a book. So when we share all of that, it gives the opportunity to either spark other people's interest in doing the same, or spark their interest to share it because it resonates with them, and then they can give that gift on through the share button on Facebook to their friends and family and colleagues, coworkers, whomever.
Absolutely, because that's what you want. You want people to interact. And, you know, for those people who haven't jumped on the Facebook bandwagon yet, I highly recommend you do. Facebook has been nothing but a huge blessing in my life in so many different ways. And it's like, and what people don't realize is very interactive. So if you're not posting, if you're not liking or sharing, or for one, if you don't like, comment, or message on someone's page every 90 days, you will no longer show up on their newsfeed.
Right. And it's funny how as the algorithm changes and as Facebook itself changes its design, people get, you know, all up and down to that, hey, I can't do this anymore. If you are interactive on Facebook, you are still going to be seen and read as you are. Don't worry about that algorithm. That's mostly for big brands. It's
Totally.
not for
And Facebook wasn't about for big brands in the first place.
Absolutely.
It's about connection.
Yes.
And my gift, my virtue, like one of my gifts, my personal gifts, is connection. And so that's why Facebook has been such a blessing to me, because it's my way of personally connecting.
Sure, absolutely. And I always try to look for fun things to share based on what's going on in the world, too. So tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby. So there's a very cool link that's out right now. It's on my page. You can see it. And it's about creating a derby name. So
How fun!
Right.
So what's your derby name?
Are you ready?
Yeah. I know you have one.
Dynamite Sunset.
That's awesome.
Isn't that so neat?
It's
So-
totally you.
It's fun. It's your first initial plus the date you were born. And the little algorithm pops out a derby name. So on my Facebook page, I challenge everyone
That's
to
awesome.
comment and share their derby names. So I have about 10 of them right now before we started the show. And it's just a fun little thing that 9 News promoted this morning. And I saw it and I thought, this is super cool. Cheryl Braunschweiger talked about it on Experience Pros Radio Show this morning. I shared it to my page and so people are interacting. It's all about engagement. With coaching, I always tell people, when they ask, how can you have so many people who like your page? And I said, it's not about the number. It's about the engagement.
Exactly.
If you have 100 people who like your page and 100 people engaging with you, you have maximized the capacity of what you can do on Facebook.
Yeah, you're leveraging it. If you have 700, right,
and you have 0 engagement, it means nothing.
right. Even if you have 100 people, when you have 1,000 or 700,000 and you only have 7,000 interacting, that's still just a fraction of the people who
In
you're missing.
2006 and in 2007, when people were just starting to figure out Twitter and Facebook, everyone was all caught up in getting to a number. I want 1,000 people to like my page. I want 1,000 people to do
Well,
this.
and that was exactly it. It's
It was a
not
game.
exactly, and to me, it's about being genuine
and authentic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's very, very rare I'll send a friend request. So if anyone got a friend request from me, just so you know, that's a blessing. I actually have them friend request me. And the reason why is because that way I know that they're ready to receive what I'm giving out, right? I mean, I have 2,000 friends on Facebook, and soon I'll run out probably by the end of the year because I get about 50 friend requests a week. So by the end of the year, you only have 5,000 friends. So it's about people who are interacting. And then you hear about people who are like deleting friends. I'm like, don't do that. You never know. They're like, oh, I'm full. Let me delete people. It's called a fan page. Create, a official Faith Young fan page that Facebook will actually connect them to immediately when your friends are full. Right? There's no such thing as running out and starting to delete people.
No.
I think it's so weird when people are like, I got to clean out my friends.
No.
That's because they went and did that in the beginning.
Right.
They just went and liked all these friends because they thought it was about numbers. Facebook is not about numbers. That's why there's a limit.
Right.
If it was about numbers,
scarcity, it's about abundance.
Exactly. If there was if it was about numbers, there wouldn't be a limit on how many friends we could have.
Right.
Because it's about connection. And I always say that one person can make that powerful connection.
Absolutely.
So being out there in front of people is the only way you're going to get that connection.
It's so true. It's so true. The engagement, the power of the engagement, and moving the word from page to page, whatever that word is. If it's you're sharing your gratitude, if it's a news story, if it's a press release, whatever that is, it's all about the engagement.
Totally. Like how you already checked in when we got here, right?
Absolutely.
For the show.
As soon as I arrive, it's the first thing I do anywhere I am.
It's awesome
because I'm sharing that. And
Yeah.
It's funny, some of my inner circle is pretty well trained right now. If they text me or call me and I don't answer, they'll just go straight to my Facebook page. Where is she? Oh, she's in a meeting. She'll call me back.
Right.
You should know that anyway. But
Right.
It's funny. Sometimes people are looking for me and they'll just go to my Facebook page, see where I'm checked in, what I'm up to, if I'm in town, if I'm out of town.
Right.
So my niece is really great at that. Wonderful.
That's awesome. Yeah, and so it's utilizing all these medias
Sure.
to maximize your exposure.
Absolutely.
Like in Angel and Eric's book, Lists That Save Your Business, Angel talks about how she believes clients should have 30 touches you should have 30 touches with someone before they become a client, right? And touches can be a face-to-face, a handwritten note, a personal phone call, these kind of things, right? And invites are one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So like having an event on Facebook, people always say to me, well, Faith, how do you know where to go? Because I'll get 25 to 50 invites a week. And I tell them, whoever makes the personal phone call.
Right?
Right?
Yes. It's funny, in this day of technology we live in, where information is an overflow. I mean, there's just so much information out there about us, about businesses, about events, about where we are. There's so much information out there that I think it's really important that people remember there's nothing like connecting eye to eye, ear to ear. The old-fashioned way of just dialing someone up to say hi and having a conversation, it's still there.
It
still
is. I believe it's
and it's still important.
totally. I think more than ever then.
Yes.
Now, like
Oh,
a handwritten
absolutely.
note. I'm like, I wrote like 50 or 60 handwritten notes at the pool in Cabo.
I saw you doing
They were all sun-kissed, right?
nice.
And so when people receive them in the mail, they'll feel the love, and it's really, really important to do those things. And we're talking about exposure and everything, but it's really leveraging the people who are already in your life.
Right.
Send them a thank you note. Congratulate them on their new success, whatever it might be. I sent my hair stylist a thank you. Thank you for making my rock star hair for my trip. Everyone loved it, right?
You did. You got a lot of compliments on your hair.
Thank you.
I think all the Mexican people who worked at the resort, when you'd walk by, they'd do the double take. And they're like, what did I see? What's in her hair?
Exactly.
She's shiny. It's not highlights. It's something different.
Yep, and it's so
very
fun.
memorable, too.
Yeah, it is. And, that's how I like to show up. I always say if you're going to show up big.
That's right.
Because people remember you that way.
Right. When I had purple highlights, everyone remembered me. And when I no longer have purple highlights, I'm like, why isn't your hair purple anymore?
Mhm.
So I have to change it up. I
Right.
needed to do that for me. It'll be purple. It'll be highlighted with purple again.
Yeah, it's something.
It's my
fun.
signature color. So
Right.
something.
Exactly. So there's always ways that we can reach out and and stay connected
Absolutely.
at the same time of bringing something of value, to
Absolutely.
to your people in your world. And we're definitely going to talk more about that when we get back here on What Would Fate Do on Velocity Radio.fm. Yay! I'm going to get some water. Would you like some water?
How long is the break?
Just a couple minutes. So I usually just keep the Google Hangout going on video during our breaks. So the extra moments for the listeners. You see any water?
Oh no, thank you. I'm good.
And you do press releases too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you write them
Mm-hmm.
and release them?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's talk about that.
And service them.
Oh, cool. Because I think the general public probably doesn't know about that much. Mm-hmm. Yay! Oh, we'll have to should we get a selfie?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that looks
good.
good now. Okay. Velocity in the back.
Maybe some lettuce. What? I don't know.
Be sure you can do it with velocity in the back. All right, let me do it over here. This side is good. Let's see. Is it still more right? Tell me about it. Oh. Sit quietly. Eat politely. What? Past the breaking point. Hi, welcome back to What Would Fate Do on VelocityRadio.fm. That song reminds me of when we were at Cabo, and they were playing it, and we're like, had this song of when we no, we were in Cabo. They played that song on Fast Forward.
It was kind of a, I don't know. There's 78, and it was at 178 RPMs or whatever it's called. But I will tell you what, it was crazy. And they were in the disco, and they were playing that. But it was super fun when we were singing along or attempting to with Angel.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen
that.
I haven't seen that video yet. I think there's a lot I haven't seen.
Yeah, yeah. There's some videos that I think will stay private.
There's some photos that will too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm creating a Dropbox of all my photos as I go through, and then I make sure that they're for public consumption.
There you go. That's awesome. Don't some people have it like their phone will automatically upload to Facebook when they take a photo?
And that's very dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't train anyone on that feature at all.
No.
Not a good one. I don't recommend that at all.
Right.
There's
There's
a
just
lot of
some things that
recommendations. I just don't have that
should
one.
just stay private.
So I just posted our selfie out to Facebook right now.
How fun. I love selfies. Like, it's just so
You love selfies more than anyone I know. And I love that every time we attend an event together, you're like, hi, we're both here. Should we get a selfie?
Absolutely.
Off
Yep.
to Facebook it goes.
Those selfies are kind of like my, how you said your signature is, your purple hair, right? So selfies are kind of my signature piece. I love to, take selfies everywhere. And, a friend of mine, Zena, she said one time, she's like, well, if you don't post a photo on Facebook, why should we even read it? It's no fun, right? So I have like 4,000 photos on Facebook. Which is awesome, because I've been posting them for years and years and years. I remember the very first one I posted, like it was over after that. And I'm so grateful because when my puppy was little, my Chihuahua, I put all of these photos of her on Facebook, Boo Boo, and one was when she was inside my red heel, my shoe, and she's like 8 ounces, so she was this little tiny thing, and she could fit right inside my shoe. And so I posted it, and I remember, about a year later, something happened to my phone, and all my photos got erased. But thank God for Facebook, because I had posted all my favorite ones.
I've done that where I can't find a photo, and I just go to Facebook because I know I posted it, and I pull it down.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's just so brilliant. It's just a great way for us to, interact, because people aren't even printing photos anymore.
Much to the chagrin of my friends who work for Next Camera. But
right,
they are the best at doing that here in Denver.
They are, absolutely. But it's like I have 4,000 photos on my iPhone. How many have I printed? 0.
Well, as you know, I was deleting photos like mad.
Just so you could take more.
I have about 400 from the trip on my phone right now. Yeah. They're also saved to Dropbox. So.
Which is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I love that.
You gotta have the technology tools if you're gonna be a social media maven like I am and live in the digital world. You've got to have the technology tools.
Totally, and they're set up for a reason to utilize them. I mean, some people even, I believe that you want to be authentic with all of your posts and everything. So I know some people hire other people to do their social media, but for me, I need to do it, because it's me, right?
You are the brand.
Exactly.
For the people who hire me to do it, I thank you very much. I become the voice of the brand. And it's imperative that I learn the brand and know it inside out so that I can speak in that voice.
So you can represent their image in their voice.
And while I represent many different businesses and types of businesses, I don't have the same voice for every brand. I can't.
Right.
So some are more fun, some are more serious, some are more lighthearted, some are humorous. And thankfully, I love to write, and that's really what it really inspires me every single day, to be able to speak in different voices and still maintain my sense of self, because I'm pretty fun.
You are fun. You're way fun, and you're very creative, and I can see why the writing comes in hand. We're going to definitely talk about that. I also just had a thought come to me when I was at Brandon Bouchard's event, Expert Academy, 4 weeks ago. He just joined Facebook only 12 months ago, and he already has 560,000 fans. And he says what he does, he posts the same exact thing every single Monday. The same exact thing, and it's so amazing how many people react to it and respond to it. And so it's not about reinventing the wheel. The best tip I got from him on that, because he's doing something right to have that many fans in 12 months, right, is he
is one of the thought leaders in his space and one
totally
of the best known speakers in the world.
Totally. And when I was at Expert Academy, we broke into little groups, right? So I was a guest, learning the experience, and so was everybody else. And the feedback I was getting is like, Faith, why are you here? You should be on stage. So precisely, that's exactly why I am here, to get the tools to do that. And so that's my intention is to be the next Brandon Bouchard. And so the cool thing, one of the really simple tips that he shared was, if you just repeat your most popular post every week. So if you're getting one that has, in Facebook, in the fans page, it tells you this post is getting 95% more views than any of your other posts, or more interaction or whatever, right? Share that one every week. Like, you don't have to reinvent it. When you have that many, even if you have hundreds or thousands of fans, the odds of them seeing it again is slim. And if they did, they may or may not remember it. How often do you see someone, what are they called, memes, right? So how many times have you seen one of those that the same, like 16 different people have posted, and you like every one of them because you like the meme, right? It's not even necessarily that particular person did it. It's just that you have already seen it. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh, can we just share that? Oh, I'm gonna like it too.
What I like to do when I share things and people have shared it out to their audience, when I see they've shared something I posted, I go to their page and like it to give it more oomph.
Absolutely.
And so I shared something yesterday that was pretty deep, and somebody in Los Angeles didn't take the graphic that I created, but took the words and posted it as her status update. And I saw it and I liked it, and she immediately wrote back and said, "Thank you, this is exactly what I needed to hear today." So that engagement, that back and forth conversation with both of us engaged in it, is going to spread that message even farther based on her audience, my audience, and then the friends of our friends. So it's pretty powerful. And as far as posting the same thing every Monday, that's a great strategy, especially when you have a huge audience, because the way the algorithm works, it's very unlikely that people are going to see it every Monday, because unless they're a stalker and they're going to your page every single day, physically going to your page, right, the likelihood of that showing up in your newsfeed, which is the natural way we see things from people, is very slim. That it would show up every single Monday. Right. It's a great strategy. I know some people have done it.
That's awesome. You know, and the other thing is, what I do when anyone shares anything, I go on where they shared it, and I thank them. Mm-hmm. I always say, "Thank you for spreading the love." Every single time. I write a comment to thank them, because that's what I want people to do. I want them to take my message and share it. So I think it's really important to me to make sure I show my gratitude for that.
So I'm going to say something.
Shoot, I want to hear.
Like is lazy.
Totally.
Commenting is commitment. And I know that big C word isn't, some men can say that for sure. But committing to somebody's post with your comment is so important, because, like I said before, it spreads that message even further. So if you really like something, don't be lazy and give it a like. Go ahead and take the moment.
So true.
Take the moment it takes to write a comment. Even if it's a great job, exactly how I'm feeling, right on, yes, I needed this, whatever it is. It's that comment that really is going to help, especially when you're talking about somebody's business page, because that is just going to help push that message farther.
Totally. And also on the newsfeed, it doesn't say, "Oh, Kimberly and Faith just liked Eric's photo." It doesn't do that, but it does say, "Kimberly and Faith just commented on Eric's post." Right. It does say that on the newsfeed.
It does help move the message.
Right.
And that is the true intention of that comment. So exactly. Likes, kind of like building numbers in the beginning of social media, that was everybody's game. Getting more likes, that became everyone's game. It's really the power of the comment that moves the message, that drives the engagement.
Absolutely. Well, and that's what makes it genuine.
Absolutely.
Right? Right? I mean, your social media expert could go on and like everything for you.
Right.
Right? Exactly. And this is just what I've experienced, my observation on Facebook, is that men tend to like way more than the actual comment. Like women, we're social, right? And it's social media. And we automatically want to engage and interact by making comments.
This is my recent experience. I recently had some headshots taken. And Carrie Kristen Photography, amazing.
I saw them. They looked fabulous.
Thank you. And Carrie posted my headshot before I even saw it. And
wow.
Her page registered 20 or 30 likes before I ever saw it. And when I posted the same photo and I changed my Facebook profile picture to my new headshot, which I do like. Thank you, Carrie Kristen.
Did you get a bunch of friend requests?
No, but I got asked out. That was kind of awesome.
That's awesome.
But it was funny because I got 103 likes and probably 30, 40 comments. 90% of the comments were from my female friends.
Right.
Lots of guys that I know.
Hit likes,
friends,
right? 57 likes were from men, right?
And no comments. And I thought, this is so interesting.
But it's actually, it's actually how it works. So the minute, I'm just putting this out there. If you want more engagement in Facebook, then write comments, right?
Yeah.
Just take a minute to write something, because we can all and I get that, but I get 50 likes on every single post I do a day. So if I don't check my Facebook every couple hours, I will have 200 notifications a day, right? So I can't see, I don't click to say, oh, this 57 people like this photo. Right? But if someone comments, I will read it.
Definitely.
I will read the comment.
And I generally comment back as well. So when we were in Mexico, I turned my phone on and we have 78 notifications. That was my personal page. And then I went to all the pages that I manage, and there's several hundred. And Sarah did a really great job of keeping up with those and commenting on things that are going on for the businesses. But I'm looking at my own page, and there's a lot of likes and a lot of comments about the photos we were posting. And several comments were LOL. It's like, enough already. You have more words than that.
Right.
Be a little more creative.
Right.
Say something engaging so that, what am I going to say back to that?
Right. So what you're trying to say is we're encouraging you to engage, but don't just put a smiley face or a heart.
Right.
On your comment.
I don't know. If you like hearts, I like hearts.
I do kisses a lot. When I do the kiss icon contact, it's me going, mwah.
I did the same thing.
Well, people who know me, they get it. They know what I mean by that.
Yeah. Right. My signature sign-off is either XOXO or XOKO. And
which I love
KO are my initials. So I'm kind of known for signing things XOKO. And one business client, the first time I ever did it, he said, "Does that mean you love me?" And I said, "It means I'm sending the love out into the universe." Oh, okay. Well, I can accept that. It's so funny. Those are just funny when it comes to.
Maybe they're attached to it. But you're just sending the love.
Attachment. It's all about the love in the universe.
Exactly. And so you were speaking about writing, and you are great at it. It comes natural to you.
Thank you. Yeah. I love to write, and I have loved to write for years and years and years.
So tell our listeners about PR and how that can really help get them more exposure.
In my company, Knockout Performance, it specializes in getting people exposure in the ways that they need. And it really comes from a strategic marketing approach. So PR is part of the marketing plan, and social is part of the marketing plan. Sometimes events, sometimes publicity, sometimes promotion. Whatever we deem necessary to move the needle for our company, that's what we provide. But PR specifically is about getting some media attention to whatever's going on in the business. Maybe it's an event, maybe it's an anniversary, like the anniversary party we had All Stitch and Good Scout promote.
Which was a huge success.
It was
huge.
Fantastic. Still waiting to see all the pictures for that one too. But as far as a press release, writing a press release is there's a very specific format that media is looking for. It's fact-based. You want to include pictures if you can. You want to include art if you can, so that those kinds of things will get picked up with the story. But it's fact-based, and it's allowing us to tell a story that the media can then publish. One of the things that people tend to ask me is, well, I want it to be longer. Well, longer is not the best for media pickup. We're trying to get their attention. We're trying to get them to understand.
Quick and fast, to grab their attention. Otherwise, they're going to...
Right, and when they're interested, then they're going to call for more information.
Right.
Or when we pitch the story and we pitch it to a specific set of writers or a specific set of publications based on the subject matter, then we have the opportunity to tell more of the story. PR has changed dramatically, especially in the digital media age that we live in. So it used to be we would send out a press release and we would call 100 outlets, and it was kind of a play and spray method. But PR is very targeted, just like marketing is very targeted. and getting to know the writers in this city and other cities and what they're writing about and the kinds of stories they're looking for is really an art form, and that's something that I take great pride in. And I mean, there's a lot of tools out there that can help people. Every single day, there are thousands, probably millions, of writers looking for content. And one way that they share that with us is through a website called Help a Reporter Out, or HARO for short. And Help a Reporter Out every single day publishes what writers are looking for by subject matter. So we comb that, looking for opportunities to pitch our clients' stories every single day.
Awesome. So we're going to talk more about the target marketing, right? To market yourself to the people who are seeking you is what often PR is all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, more when we get back here on What Would Faith Do here on Velocity Radio.fm. Whoop, whoop. Yay.
You're so funny.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
So how long is this thing?
Oh, just a couple more minutes. Just a couple minutes. Which is nice that we
Oh,
only do-
Eric's listening to us.
Oh, yay!
Let's say, hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric! How fun. That's what all that buzzing was.
Yeah. Blowing up.
Exactly. So this morning I'm like, I'm back in town, let the magic begin or something.
Yes.
Right? Or I'm working with magic. So my new listing, I was like, Heather, what's the dog's name? The dog's name is Magic. So she goes, we just had our first showing. So I literally just put one of my listings in the market an hour ago. We already have our first showing.
Nice.
And she goes, I'm headed over to let Magic out. To let Magic out, right? His name, the dog's name is Magic. Isn't that cute?
Very much so. How funny. Eric's listening.
That's
So
awesome.
cute.
We'll give him a shout out.
Yeah. So the horse names so far that people have commented on?
Mm-hmm.
Smoke Day, Rum Eagle, Feather Phantom, Buttermilk Chico, Buttermilk Phantom.
Oh,
This is a stay.
what's Eric's?
Yes, I'm playing around.
Oh, okay. Not yet. He probably will at like midnight.
Sweet. Yay, hello Eric.
That's awesome.
You'll send me all these links so I can not send them everywhere, right?
For the show?
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave will download it by this evening. We'll be ready to share.
Yeah. My hair is wild.
It's
It's
Welcome back to What Would Faith Do here on VelocityRadio.fm. I'm here with my favorite PR person, Kimberly Orr.
Hey Faith. And I just checked my phone because it's been buzzing nonstop since we sat
Of
in
course
these
it has.
chairs. And I just want to give a shout out to Eric Raymer. Thanks for listening to us.
Woo, woo, we love
We
Eric.
saw your comment on Facebook. Way to go. No LOL there.
Exactly. We could feel the buzzing, and now we know what it was all about.
Right.
I love it. And it's just so awesome to to give a shout out. And I always say it's good to share your gratitude, because I say silent gratitude doesn't do anyone any good.
No, yeah, you can be grateful in your little head all you want, but it's just between your ears.
Exactly.
Send it out into the world and add some love.
Totally. And especially your clients, the the handwritten notes I was writing in Capo, it was like I was writing to my clients who are going to list their house. I was sending them a card. I'm looking forward to be a contribution in helping you sell your home. Like, thank you for your business before it's even happened. It's like, those things I think are more important now than ever because of technology. We're in the biggest technology stage in the history of the world, right?
Right, and it's well documented that most people, when they open their mailbox, what's the first thing they open when they bring that mail back into the house? The handwritten notes and cards.
Totally.
Followed by the bills. And then recycle the junk mail.
Exactly. And
after, of course, you shred your address off of it.
Yeah. And so one of those ways that, for your target market is, we were talking about that, is give the love and the appreciation back to your current or past clients. Like, every year I take my clients to the Rockies game. Last year I took 250 people to the Coldwell Banker Night at the Rockies.
That's a really fun event.
Isn't it so fun? Cool. And it's so amazing because, like, people are like, oh my God, that's so much money. Not really. I mean, I had 8 closings from the people who were sitting in the audience between now and then.
It's a great reinvestment in you and your business.
Totally. And, just from the people who are sitting in the audience, closed 8, let alone, all my other business. But the thing is like, give back to those people who already love you.
Yes.
So many times people are just constantly searching for the next client. But if you really focus on and appreciate your clients that you have now, they're going to just keep sending you business that you don't have to go out and search for it.
Right. And have you read the 5 Languages of Love?
Absolutely.
So the ability to receive gifts. I would like to see an edit on that, the ability to give gifts, because I'm a big gift giver too. And it is not about the cost or the difficulty or whatever it took to create that gift. It's about the love that you're sharing and feeling that you're sharing for that person who is receiving the gift. And to me, that's a huge love language of mine.
Totally, and you were so good at that. I received a gift for the one time that we had to reschedule. You're the sweetest thing. You gave me these most heartfelt little wrapped soaps for my new loft. It was so touching. It's like, so thank you. And you're right.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So speaking of love languages, mine is physical touch, so affection.
So it's mine.
And I can see that.
Yeah,
and
that's my number one. My next one is gifts.
And my other one is words of affirmation. And so and Angel and Eric's are both also words of affirmation. They have a second one too, but that's why I feed their souls so much, because that's what we give naturally. Right. So whatever your love language is, that's what you tend to do more often. So I can see that yours is gifts, right?
Definitely.
And when people's when their love languages, and I try and actually get a guess or a feeling what people's love languages are, because that way you can give love the way they feel it.
Exactly. And that Gary Chapman's book is all about being able to speak someone's love language to them, and also have them learn how to speak yours. And I think it's key in business. I think it's key in relationships, and I have always been a big gift giver my entire life, and there's nothing worse than hearing someone say, "You didn't have to do that." Oh no, I don't have to do anything.
Right.
I do everything from love,
exactly.
And I do everything from a very pure intention. If I had to do it, it wouldn't be fun. I do it because I want to do it.
Yeah, totally. And when, and that's the whole thing. If you give you have to give without expectations.
Exactly.
If you're giving with expectations, it's not giving at all.
No, it's empty.
Right? Like, if you give someone dinner because you want something in return, like you want them to buy you dinner the next time, it doesn't work like that.
No.
Life isn't
no
like that.
Scorecard in life.
Right. And if you think there is, you might want to, reevaluate
that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you give because it warms your heart to do that.
Absolutely.
Right? And it probably warms your heart just as much to receive a gift.
I'm pretty good at receiving gifts.
You are.
Especially when they're flowers. It's my favorite gift to receive.
I think for all our listeners, Kimberly likes flowers. What's your favorite flower?
My favorite flower is a tiger lily.
Love it.
And I keep them in my home weekly. It is my gift to myself. And
So powerful.
I just bought them this morning, and they are my favorite flower. They make me happy, and then I am having in that perfect day. All I need to do is just go to the vase and breathe in that fragrance, and I am refreshed.
It's
So,
awesome. It's amazing how those little things that you do each and every day can powerfully impact your life.
absolutely, especially when you work by yourself predominantly, like I do. My team,
Like work from home,
right,
is what you're saying.
My team they're in different places. We get together once a week, but I spend a lot of time by myself writing, a lot of time by myself work, and those are the times that I need to go and smell the flowers, because there has to be time to stop and smell the flowers, especially in small business, because we don't always have a perfect day. It might look perfect, but there's a lot going on behind the chaos there.
Totally. It's like people, they underestimate it. Those little things.
That's very true.
And I believe the more you give to yourself, the more people will give to you.
Excellent.
I think it's a law of attraction,
It is.
right? If you love yourself, more people will love you.
There is no loving else unless you start loving yourself. It's true.
Exactly. I always say, if you want more of something, give more of it, right?
Yes.
So in my book, I talk about it, and I write, I used to always tell everyone, I believe in you, right? And I didn't realize why I was doing that until my friend Greg Moore's book, I was listening to it, and he goes, if you want more, give more of it. He goes, so pick up the phone and call somebody and tell me you believe in them. I literally am like, pull over. I'm like, I thought he wrote the book to me, because until that very moment, I realized why I was doing it, and it was because I wanted more people to believe in me. And as a result, I have thousands of people who believe in me.
You do. I think I'm going to start my own tag, Believe in Cultivate. I don't know, maybe that'll be the new hashtag, Believe in Cultivate.
How awesome is that?
Because I believe in you, and just got to start there.
Exactly. And, the same thing about love. It's like, you know what, if you want more love in your life, then give more of it. I know it sounds simple and it's kind of a cliche, but it's not.
You have not met my friend Marsha. She lives in Los Angeles, and her nickname that she gave me back when I lived in Miami and worked in entertainment marketing was Fountain of Love. And sometimes it's FOL for short. So
I love it.
The Fountain of Love, because I am so loving and so present in that love with people that are in my life. So
You're a beautiful example of that, and I can see why that's your nickname.
You are. It's one of the greatest gifts anyone's ever given me. My grandma gave me the nickname Kimmy, which has been with me my entire life, and it is my favorite because it is from my beloved grandmother. But Fountain of Love is it's something that just resonates with me because it's who I am.
Totally. It reminds me of when I had my book launch and what you said about the love when everyone was at my book launch.
Oh, I was blown away by how much love there was in the room. The energy was palpable. And it was the first night of my birthday month, and I thought, wow, this energy is just like a driver for the next everything. And it was just fantastic.
Thank you. Like attracts like. And speaking of, it's your half-year birthday today.
Today is my half birthday. Thank you for remembering.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And, and what we talked about, the more you give, the more you receive, it goes hand in hand with social media.
Oh,
right?
True.
Like if you have 250 followers, you're probably following 250 people, right? Like if you want more, give more.
The average person on Facebook has 250 friends.
Wow.
Yeah, we're a little above average. But it's a statistic that has been out there for not so long. But I just found that really interesting because I'll look at some of my friends' pages, and that's pretty consistent with people who are really just using Facebook socially, in their social life, friends and family. Obviously, you and I are both using it for business and pleasure. And, a lot of people will tell me, I like following you because you're so positive. I like following you because you speak about love and you speak about gratitude. And peace is an overwhelming I'm the peaceful adventure bunny. I mean, I love to be out living my
Right,
life.
so you don't have to be talking about your business, is what we're saying. You don't have to talk about your business the entire time
No.
because people know what you do,
Right.
right, for the most part. But like when I have a closing, I will say powerfully impacting my client's life instead of like, hey, I'm going to have a closing. Like
Right.
anyone cares I have a closing. No. But do they care that I impacted my client's life? Yeah,
That resonates
You know?
with people
exactly.
because it really shows what you're doing and who you are. But it's speaking from who you are. And I think that's very powerful.
Totally. And it's like, you know, if Facebook isn't working in a way that's serving you, look at how you're interacting with it, right?
Exactly.
If all you're doing is, I like to call it vomiting, your business,
Sharing your sandwich.
over and over, like, here, buy from me, look at this special, I can do this, that gets old really fast, really fast.
On my business page, I like to share tips about how people can use social media more effectively. And it's funny, I don't see a lot of likes and comments on some of those, but when people see me,
They'll tell
say,
Yeah.
I tried what you said on Facebook, and it worked.
So
I'm so glad that worked for you.
speaking of your Facebook fan page, tell all our listeners how we can get a hold of you.
You can find me on Knockout Performance. That's 3 words. Knockout Performance. My company
It has a purple logo.
It's very purple. It's my signature color. And my company is named, it's a play off my initials, KO. One of my other nicknames, KO. A lot of people call me KO, know me as KO, know me since high school as KO.
So it made perfect sense to do.
So when I was doing consulting work before I officially launched my business, and I was thinking of names, and I was trying to be clever, and I wanted marketing in there, and I wanted promotion in there, and I thought, no, I am going to do something that I'm known for. Because as I ebb and flow, I don't have to worry about changing URLs and changing my company name. If I went from marketing and event management to PR and digital media, I'm covered. So, and I'm about to launch a brand new webpage. I'm looking at Donna Glassie from Losing Design. Shout out to Donna, the best web developer I know.
Yay. I love that, by the way. I love that about you, that you always give a shout out to everyone. So, so they can friend you on or fan your page on Facebook. How else can they get a hold of you?
They can call me.
Please share.
303-601-6931. That's 303-601-6931. You can find me on Twitter at Kimberly, and Kimberly is spelled Kimberly. My father wanted me to be unique, so he misspelled my name. When I was older, I said, why did you misspell my name? He said, I wanted you to be unique. And I said, did you not think I could work that out as I got older myself?
Cute.
But it's all
well,
good.
You are unique, so he set that up for success.
Right? So that intention was met.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely get connected with Kimberly. She is awesome at what she does.
Thank you.
Yeah, engaging on Facebook and getting those useful social media tips on your fan page.
Yeah, absolutely. Fan page is all about useful tips, PR, and we share a lot of free things you can do for yourself. And if you need help, we're always here.
I love it. Right here on What Would Faith Do? Come back every Friday at 2 p.m. live on VelocityRadio.fm. Woo-woo! Woo-woo! Yay! How fun was that?
That was awesome.
Yay, thank you for being you.